Hello dear students. So today I am going to start the next module, that is transformers. And as you all know that a transformer is a static device which is used for increasing or decreasing the voltage of an AC supply with a corresponding decrease or increase in current. That means we can use this device to increase or decrease the voltage as per the requirement, and corresponding means whenever the increasing the voltage or raising the voltage there will be a decrease in current, and whenever there will be a lowering the voltage then increase in current, vice versa, without change in frequency. Remember students, so we can increase or decrease the voltage as per the requirement without change in its frequency. It means that the frequency of input power is same as that of the frequency of the output power in transformers. And mainly let us see the block diagram of the transformer. See here, the transformer mainly consists of two windings. This is the primary winding and this is a secondary winding. Both primary and secondary windings are placed, means wound on a common magnetic core. So this we can call as the core of the transformer, where both primary and secondary windings are placed. The winding, this is a winding, the winding which is connected to the source or supply, that is called primary winding, here it is shown, and the winding which is connected to the load, that side we can call it as a secondary winding. Here we have two windings, primary winding and secondary winding. The primary winding is connected to the AC source, the secondary winding is connected to the load side. And an alternating voltage V1 whose magnitude is to be changed is applied to the primary side. So depending upon the number of turns in the primary, that is N1, and the number of turns in the secondary, that is N2, an alternating EMF E2 is induced in the secondary winding. This induced EMF E2 in the secondary, that causes a secondary current, that is I2. Consequently, you can see the terminal voltage V2 will appear across the load side. So here I will explain. So the V1 indicates the applied voltage V1. I1 is the primary current flowing to the transformer. E1 is the primary induced EMF, and N1 indicates the number of primary turns. Similarly, N2 indicates the number of secondary turns, and E2 indicates the secondary induced EMF, secondary current, and secondary voltage. And this pi indicates this is the main flux which is linking both primary winding and secondary winding. This is also called as common magnetic flux path. This is a path of common magnetic flux, that is which links both primary and secondary winding. And now I will explain the working of the transformer. See, when an alternating voltage V1 is applied to the primary, an alternating flux pi that is set up in the core of the transformer. So this alternating flux pi links both primary winding and secondary windings and induces EMF E1 and E2 according to the Faraday's electromagnetic induction. So the EMF induced in the primary is given by E1 and the EMF induced in the secondary is given by E2. So according to Faraday's electromagnetic induction, the mathematical equation of E1 and E2 can be written as E1 is equal to minus N1 into d pi by dt, and E2 is equal to minus N2 into d pi by dt. that is the induced EMF in the primary and secondary. And the ratio of E2 by E1, you will get N2 by N1. If you take E2 equation by E1, you will get secondary by primary. So you will get the number of turns in the secondary by number of turns in the primary. So the magnitude of induced EMF E1 and E2 depends upon the number of turns in the primary and secondary. So as you all know that if N2 is greater than N1, means N2 means what? The number of turns in the secondary is greater than number of turns in the primary, then the induced EMF in the secondary E2 is also greater than the induced EMF of the primary, or you can say that the secondary voltage is greater than primary voltage. Then this type of the transformer we can call as step-up transformer. Similarly, in the second case, if N2 is less than N1 or E2 is less than N1 or V2 is less than V1, it means that if number of turns in the secondary is lesser than the number of turns in the primary, or also you can say that the secondary induced EMF or secondary voltage which is lesser than the primary induced EMF or primary voltage. So that transformer you can call as step down transformer. So based on the construction, based on the number of turns in the primary and secondary, we can differentiate the step up transformer and step down transformer. So students, so we should remember some of the important points here, that is the transformer action, which is mainly based on the laws of electromagnetic induction. That is the first point. The second point is there is no electrical connection between the primary and secondary. Means the total power transferred from primary to secondary is through magnetic flux. And there is no change in frequency. Means the voltage can be increased or decreased. The voltage can be transferred but without changing its frequency. Means the output power has the same frequency as that of input power. This is also very important point. And some of the losses that occurs during the transfer of power from primary to secondary, so that we can call as a core losses and copper losses. The core losses mainly happens because of the eddy current loss and hysteresis loss, and the copper losses mainly occurs due to the resistance of the windings. So the detail of losses we can discuss later, and now practically these losses are very small. That's why we can say the transformer has maximum efficiency.